Scott Gottlieb, Commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, Friday announced plans to reduce the amount of nicotine in conventional cigarettes in hopes it will help smokers quit or steer them toward less harmful alternative forms of nicotine such as vaping, gum and patches. The overwhelming amount of death and disease attributable to tobacco is caused by addiction to cigarettes, the only legal consumer product that, when used as intended, will kill half of all long-term users, he said. At the same time, Gottlieb announced plans to delay for a few years a requirement that makers of cigars and e-cigarettes get agency approval for any products marketed after February 2007. He said that the agency needed to set the proper foundation for regulating such products, which he argues can provide smokers with nicotine without the dangerous components produced by conventional cigarettes. The announcement about traditional cigarettes caused shares in tobacco companies to plunge. It could have serious ramifications for the industry, which has seen a steady reduction in smokers for decades in wealthy developed countries like the United States. Smoking in the United States is at an all-time low, with just 15% of adults still lighting up. And tobacco use among youth has reached similarly historic lows, which has sparked hope among public health officials that a smoke-free generation may finally be within reach. The tobacco industry has been trying to find new ways of maintaining their hold on remaining smokers in the United States by getting into the vaping business themselves or with new products like devices that heat up tobacco rather than burning it into smoke. Other rules affecting e-cigarettes, such as ways to prevent sales to minors, will remain in place. And the delay won't affect future deadlines such as requirements that manufacturers provide FDA with lists of ingredients. The moves came amid furious lobbying by the e-cigarette industry to roll back FDA regulations, issued last year, that require companies to submit to a rigorous approval process for products marketed after February 15, 2007. That date meant that nearly all the e-cig products sold today would be required to go through the review, industry officials said. Some congressional Republicans have also been pressing for a change in the approval requirement. The product approval requirement for e-cigarettes and cigars was part of the so-called deeming rule, in which the agency decided that e-cigarettes would be subject to the same rules as conventional cigarettes. The rule gave manufacturers about 2 years, until sometime in 2018, to get FDA approval for their products or risk having them pulled off T. Under the revised timelines, applications for products such as cigars, pipe tobacco and hookah tobacco would need to be submitted by August 8, 2021, and applications for non-combustible products such as e-cigarettes would need to be submitted by August 8, 2022. Manufacturers would be permitted to continue to sell their products during the FDA reviews.